All right, so every country and economy has their major goals they try to achieve. And we can kind of broadly break them down into six categories. But we're really only going to focus on these three right now because all three of these, no matter what country you are going to have these particular objectives. And you can see them on the agri-demand, agri-supply model. So the other three are more like for developed countries when you have enough resources and income to actually achieve those goals. But these three are the big ones here that we're going to kind of focus on. Brief comments about each one real quick. Economic growth. It says 3%. Well, that's 3% in real terms. And this is just a very broad, general idea. This doesn't necessarily mean you have to achieve 3% or that every country's goal is 3%. It's just like if I had to pick a number from the sky as just a number to kind of work with, for most developed countries, 3% is a pretty decent number. Okay, this one about full employment. Now, this one is sometimes a little bit tricky. Full employment doesn't mean everybody has a job. It means everybody who wants a job can have a job. Not everybody wants a job. Not everybody can get a job. And often people get fired. So the idea of full employment is using your resources to the best you can. Think about that PPC graph. That one. It's like being on the PPC graph there. So when we say 5% unemployment, again, number picked from the sky, 4 or 5% in your average normal country. That means everybody who wants a job can get one, and there's some amount of people that get fired every day or quit their job, those kind of things. So if you can get down to about 4 to 5%, that's pretty good for most countries. Now, some countries that number is higher. Europe, that number tends to be higher. Japan, that number tends to be lower. It's just because their structure is different of their economies. So the US and China, 5%, good enough. That's a good number to work with. And inflation. Inflation. Inflation is one of the big ones that we deal with. So here's an important fact. We don't want prices to go down for the whole economy. We want about 2% inflation. So 2% is kind of the magic number. It doesn't matter which country you're from, we want stable prices. We want to be able to plan our lives, work with them well, and be confident that the prices are going to be what they're going to be. We want about 2%. The reason we want about 2%, well, think about this. What if prices were going down all the time for everything? Sounds great, sure. But imagine this. Imagine if you're going to buy stuff, but you know a month from now it's going to be cheaper. Buy it today or buy it tomorrow? Tomorrow. And tomorrow becomes today. And you know tomorrow it'll be cheaper again. Buy it today, buy it tomorrow. Tomorrow. Repeat that again. Tomorrow is now today. Buy it today or buy it tomorrow? Tomorrow. You can kind of see the pattern that can happen here. Is what ends up happening is you don't consume. You put off your spending. The whole country does this, which means, well, people lose their jobs. And that becomes really difficult to try to deal with. Now, if prices are going up about 2%, and you know tomorrow the prices will be higher, 2%, buy today or buy tomorrow? Today, exactly. And so, that means you end up consuming. You buy it, and as long as it's not going up too much to cause a problem for countries, it'll kind of entice you to consume. And 2% is pretty good. This is the magic number that most countries want to achieve. All three of these can be kind of viewed to some extent on the aggregate demand, aggregate supply model, and so there's that.